being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By AT&T, mobilizing your world. By AM/PM, too much good stuff. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. For more information, visit emeraldqueen.com as we look at the EMP right at the Space Needle. Cloudy day here in Seattle on a Monday night with the Boston Red Sox in town. Glad you could join us. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and let's take a look at the American League West standings. It's a division, and John Farrell, and talking to him earlier, the manager of the Red Sox, he said this is the best division in baseball.
Well, and you look at the Mariners hanging in. They're just 4 games over 500 on the year, 7 games back of Oakland, but only 2 games back of the Angels. So they've been playing some good baseball as of late. I think it's something they can continue to do. The number 1 bullpen in the American League, the number 1 defense in the American League, your Seattle Mariners.
Take a look at the American League East, and as you know, as you look at the standings around Major League Baseball, 20 of the 30 teams are within 3-4 games of 500 or less. A lot of teams still in contention in spite of the fact that as you look at the Red Sox, they're 6 under but only 7 back.
Yeah, they've been struggling this year. They're 3rd in pitching in the American League, but hitting just .230 as a team with runners in scoring position. They have really struggled to score runs, and it has cost them.
This is an opportunity here for the Mariners to get some marquee wins against defending world champions. Let's see how things turn out. And tonight, first up, it's the King. Double sections, King's Court. They're stoked here on this cloudy Monday in Seattle. So are we. Ready for action. It's the Mariners and the Red Sox. First pitch is straight ahead. Oh, the familiar sights of home, the ferry here in Seattle on a cloudy night. It's the King, Felix Hernandez, taking on the world champion Boston Red Sox. Welcome, everybody, to Mariner Baseball. And here we go. Brock Holt standing in against Felix. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Roots Sports Crew, glad to be back home in Seattle. Mariners coming off a 3-2 road trip, lose the first two in San Diego, then sweep at Kansas City. Brock Holt in an 0-2 hole as we take a look at the umpires for tonight. Crew Chief Jeff Kellogg has balls and strikes. Dan Bellino at first, DJ Rayburn at second, and Pat Hoberg at third. 69 degrees here at Safeco Field. Pitch, got him. Zunino throws down, and there's one away.
Take a look at the rest of the lineup for the Red Sox. Following Holt, it will be Bogaerts. Then it's Pedroia hitting .265 on the year. David Ortiz, the DH, hitting cleanup at Safeco Field. .293 with 14 home runs for Ortiz. And it's Napoli, Nava, Pierzynski, the veteran catcher, hitting seventh. Drew and Bradley rounding out the nine for the Red Sox. For Felix on the year, having a great year. 2.22 ERA, 8-2 record for Felix.
Strike one to Bogaerts. Andrew Bogaerts, the third baseman. A lot of turnover, some injuries with this Boston club, hence their record 35-41. Down to third, vacuumed up by Seager. Quick 2 outs.
A good play for Kyle Seager over at third. He's really played well this year. The rest of the defense, Ackley in left, Jones in center, Indy Chavez getting the start in right. Miller and Cano playing at the middle. Logan Morrison, your first baseman tonight. Mike Zunino will do the catching. For Felix, no decision versus the Red Sox last year. 7 innings, 6 hits, just 1 earned run in that outing. Threw 107 pitches.
Here's Pedroia, Dustin Pedroia, second baseman. 07 Rookie of the Year, American League MVP in 2008. Tough campaign so far for him. This one going up the middle. Brad Miller, stop, slide, throw, off line, and into the stands.
Yeah, base hit, E6. What an effort, showing a lot of range. They were playing him to pull. Brad going back up the middle. He goes into the slide so that he can pop up quickly. Unfortunately, the throw is offline. Trying to make the play on Pedroia and help his pitcher out. And as it gets past Morrison, it'll end up going in the camera well. Great effort from Miller. See how wide it is. Morrison not able to get to it.
2 outs with Pedroia at second. Brings up David Ortiz, World Series MVP. I showed you earlier really good numbers here at Safeco Field. A .323 career hitter against Felix with a home run. Gives you an idea of the kind of damage Ortiz has done, the former Mariner, what he's done here in Seattle. Teixeira, Palmeiro, Eric Chavez, Big Papi, good list. Garrett Anderson, Manny Ramirez, and A-Rod.
As you might guess, expecting Ortiz to pull the ball. Cano, the second baseman, out on the outfield grass. Miller playing right behind Pedroia at second.
One to Big Papi. And Cano can't get that. And coming around the score is Pedroia. 1-0 Boston. John Farrell talking to him before the game said they've had all kinds of trouble scoring runs. They've been getting everybody on, but they score early here tonight.
Well, .230 team batting average coming into this game with runners in scoring position. Mariners expecting Ortiz to pull the ball, and he was able to get it out to the outfield grass.
Here's Mike Napoli. 8 home runs, 29 runs batted in. 6 for 36 against Felix. Ball 1.
You look at the Red Sox lineup. Ortiz is the guy that you have to circle, as Dave mentioned, a .323 average. Really would like to face him with nobody on base, so he gets the base hit to drive in a run.
Tomahawks that one, base hit down the line. Extra bases. Ortiz will get the second. He'll get the stop sign there. Napoli with a double, his 11th. So with 2 outs, the Red Sox rising up here.
2 quick outs for Felix. And now 3 straight hits. It's rare to see Felix. He's been so good about keeping his pitches down. That fastball, it's a 2-seamer running in on the hands. Doesn't quite jam Napoli as he hits it down into the corner, but this pitch is up in the zone.
Second and third now for Daniel Nava.
Nava has had his struggles this year. Just a .205 average. He's only driven in 4 runs in 117 at bats.
Just recalled from Pawtucket earlier in the month on June 2nd. 3rd big league stint of the season. Felix here in Seattle against Boston. 4-1 with a 3.65 ERA. 7-2 overall. Drops the breaking ball in for strike 1-1.
For Felix, a good running fastball. It will be 92 to 95 miles an hour. The great changeup will be in the upper 80s, maybe even 90 at times, and a slider and a curveball.
Nava's switch hitter, 3 for 14 against Felix. Pitch runs away. Ball 2, 2-1. Ortiz, the runner at third, and Mike Napoli at second. Off the end of the bat, Chris Davis just hit a 3-run homer to walk off the White Sox in Baltimore 6-4. Orioles beat Chicago. Orioles starting the day in second place in the American League East. 5 games ahead of Boston. Toronto leading the way. John Farrell, second year as manager. Been the pitching coach. Spent a couple of years in Toronto as their manager. John, a right-hander during his days from 1987 to 1996 with Cleveland, Angels, Cleveland, and Detroit. 2-2 to Nava. Left field, coming on, Ackley, he's there. So the Red Sox get a run on 3 hits, an error, and leave 2. 1-0 Red Sox with the Mariners coming to bat. Lackey out of Abilene, Texas, 6'6", 235 on the mound against the Mariners here. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order he'll face tonight.
Tonight's starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Indy Chavez leading things off. Then it'll be James Jones Cano hitting third. Kyle Seager, your cleanup hitter. Then it's Morrison hitting fifth. Mike Zunino, 9 home runs, leads all American League catchers in that category. A couple of home runs for Zunino in Kansas City. Then it's Ackley Miller and Willie Bloomquist, the DH tonight, rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. And for Lackey, having a good year for the Red Sox, an 8-4 record, 2.96 ERA. 90 strikeouts to only 19 walks. Opponents hitting .251. He's given up 8 home runs this year.
Indy Chavez, first pitch in there for a strike. Lloyd McClendon going with the same lineup that he used yesterday in a 2-1 win at Kansas City. And how about the bottom 4 in the lineup? Zunino, Ackley, Miller, and Bloomquist combined for 7 for 15, a couple of runs, and 2 runs batted in. So really good production at the bottom of the order. That one's fouled off 0-2. Chavez, good numbers against Lackey, 8 for 13.
For Lackey, he will throw a lot of fastballs. He'll be 90 to 94 miles an hour. He's a good changeup, curveball.
Foul off. And he started in right field yesterday, 0 for 4. Timeout called. Something fell in the warning track out in right field.
We were talking about the bottom of the lineup in Kansas City yesterday and the job that those guys did. Really, they picked the club up in all 3 games. You think about the job that Miller did, including the home run that he hit. Did a good job, guys, at the bottom.
Fred Miller on fire right now, 9 for his last 17. 0-2 to Chavez. Not going to be enough. It is. Sits down right in front of Nava, base hit.
Take a look at the defense for the Red Sox this evening. Nava in left field. Bradley, the center fielder. Holt out in right. Bogarts at third base. Drew and Pedroia playing at the middle. Napoli at first base. And A.J. Brzezinski will do the catching.
Lackey's bounced back quite well from missing the 2012 season after Tommy John surgery. His numbers here at Safeco Field. Came back last year, went 10-13 with a 3.52 ERA. Here's James Jones. Asking James about his speed, and when he was in high school, ran the 200 and he ran the 400. Freshman year, started running the 200 to prepare. Wanted to be a better 400-meter runner. So another strike, 0-2. Gives a lot of credit to his high school strength and conditioning coach who's still with him, Richard Jameson. American League highest average among rookies. Both 3 of these guys in the ballpark tonight and on the field. There's Bogarts. See James, he's got great technique in terms of upper body movement and arm movement when he's running and stretching it out with his legs. It's a technique he learned back in high school and at LIU, Long Island University in Brooklyn.
I think he's one of the best running through the bag at first. He never seems to have choppy strides as he's getting around to first base, running through it. I'm sure he's picked up a few infield hits doing that this year.
His coach Richard Jameson was on the 04 Jamaican 400-meter team. Still does the strength and conditioning, so he'll be back there again during the offseason. One and two. Hit to Pedroia. Tailor-made double play. Pedroia to Drew to Napoli.
That break for Jones and the Mariners. This ball is hit sharply to Pedroia. He's able to glove it, and once he catches it, because it was hit so hard, it's an easy turn.
Here's Cano, number 2 hitter in the league today, 329. Behind Jose Altuve of Houston, who's at 336. Puts it in play. Bogarts, easy throw over, and the Mariners are gone. Lackey with 10 pitches to get through the first inning. He's got a 1-0 lead. In the first of 3 here in Seattle. School may be after the summer, but Kings Court is still in session. Join us Sunday. King Felix toes the rubber against the Indians at 1:10. Fans can pick up their tickets for the Royal section for $35. Going to receive a free Kings Court t-shirt. Join the fun. Get your tickets at mariners.com/Felix. Double sections tonight here for Felix, who's trailing 1-0. We'll look at A.J. Przinsky, Stephen Drew, and Jackie Bradley Jr. 7, 8, 9 here. One thing we know about Przinsky, first pitch swinging. Lines out to left field.
Felix with 17 pitches in the first inning. He was going to have a quick inning. Didn't work out that way. Ended up giving up a run.
Tough break, on the error, because that would have been the 8th pitch.
Well, it was a hit and then the error for him to get to second. You wonder, though, with Ortiz and when he was hitting, it looked like they wanted to put the shift on. They couldn't have Brad all the way over on the right side because you had Pedroia at second, so he was trying to keep him a little close to second, and that ball ends up getting through.
Stephen Drew re-signed with the Red Sox. Turned down their offer during the offseason. And signed recently. And now he's back at shortstop.
He hit a curveball off of his ankle. Trying to walk it off. You know what they want. He was 1 strikeout in the first inning.
Drew 3 for 9 career against Felix. 1-2. Drew signing on May 21st. 1-year contract for the rest of the season. Red Sox, the second oldest team in the American League behind the Yankees, while the Mariners second youngest team behind Houston. 2-2. Strikeout number 2 for Felix. Good looking pitch running away from Drew. 2-away.
A lot of run on the changeup. It's a hitter. You're not sure which one you're going to get, the one that goes straight down or the one that runs off the plate. That one at 89 miles an hour. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. You can see the circle change grip from Felix. This one runs off the outside corner and Drew out in front of it.
Jackie Bradley Jr., the center fielder, part of the transition here for the Red Sox. Shane Victorino out on the DL. He had been in right field last year, and Jacoby Ellsbury, of course, signed with the Yankees. Jared Saltalamacchia was not re-signed. He's with Tampa Bay. Ackley might have a play. He does. Stayed with it, caught it in foul territory, and Felix with an 8-pitch second inning. Mariners trail 1-0. Area on Friday, June 27th, the new 4th of July. It's going to be Mariners fireworks. And it's a big fireworks night presented by Movin' 92.5. Fans are going to enjoy a great show following the Mariners-Indians game this Friday. Get your tickets. Fireworks night, log on to Mariners.com. Kyle Seager looks at a strike from John Lackey. He needed 10 pitches in the first inning, plus help of a double play. Seager, Morrison, and Zunino. Kyle 2 for 19 on the road trip. 0-2.
We talked about it with Lackey. He will throw a lot of fastballs. So far, first pitch strikes to all 4 batters that he has faced. It's a good two-seam fastball, anywhere from 91 to 94 miles an hour.
Lackey 11 pro seasons in the Angels organization. Drafted him in '99. Strikes out Seager on 3 pitches. First strikeout.
All 3 fastballs. This last one, his best one at 94 miles an hour. Take a look at Kyle as he swings through this fastball a little bit late on it.
Bring up Logan Morrison, the first baseman. 0 for 3 yesterday. On the road trip, 4 for 20. Back in his hometown of Kansas City the last 3 days. Big night Friday for Logan. 2 for 5. 3 runs batted in. Hit a home run, a 2-run shot. And a 9th inning RBI. Mariners 7-5 win. Drills this one. Deep right field. Goodbye. Home run, Logan Morrison. His 3rd of the year. His 6th RBI ties the score at 1-1.
Logan Morrison paying attention to what was going on. He gets a fastball 94 miles an hour right in the middle of the plate. I thought he had a chance to hit the cafe out there. Went right underneath the signs. This is deep into the seats in right field. Jumped all over that fastball. Yes, sir. Catches it right out in front.
2 initials for you, Mike. WP.
Wild pitch.
Wally Pip. Justin Smoke slated to come back this week. Wally Pip was a guy that Lou Gehrig replaced, and Pip never saw action again for the Yankees. I'm not saying that's got to happen, but if Morrison keeps that up, you could have that situation.
One of the things that Lloyd has been consistent with is if you hit, you will be in the lineup. And there will be some guys, including Justin, coming off the disabled list. So there's some opportunities for some people right now, and Logan being one of them.
Mike Zunino. Where would the Mariners have been without him yesterday? Goes 2 for 4. His 9th home run. And scored a run in the 5th inning on the Willie Bloomquist double. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored and an RBI.
I was so impressed with his home run yesterday on the curveball from Ventura. Ventura was throwing 100 miles an hour, and he was able to hit a curveball out to left field for his 9th home run of the year. Boy, it was really something, because typically when you have a guy that's throwing that hard, he's throwing so much harder than anybody else. You cheat and your hands start to drift forward, but he was able to keep his hands back long enough to drive the curveball. It was an impressive at bat.
Got all of it. 1-2. Four for 11 road trip for Michael. 3-game hit streak. Here's Zunino in game number 77. He's got 9 home runs. Pretty good pace for him to get in that 18 to 22 range.
Oh, I agree, and that was something that Lloyd had told us earlier in the year, that he thought that Zunino would be in that area. I think the other part about it with Mike is, as he learns more waves at that breaking ball, slow curveball, but I think that you're going to see his average start to climb too.
2 away.
He missed a couple of fastballs, and this time it's a good breaking ball off the plate away, expanding the zone. Lackey, the veteran pitcher, and Mike well out in front of it, trying to catch up to the fastball. This time he gets a breaking ball at 84.
Brings up Dustin Ackley. 4 for 16 on the road trip. How about his heroics over at Kansas City? Up win a ball game as Drew throws him out. Mariners tied on the Logan Morrison home run, his 3rd of the season. Got a 1-1 game. and by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information. By Jack in the Box, head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Rancher Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Just had one of those blasts from Logan Morrison as we get a look at Elliott Bay. Brock Holt, as we get back to the top of the order here for Boston. David Ortiz, a first inning RBI single to center. Morrison ties it with a home run deep to right. Right to Morrison, one down.
Well positioned. This ball is hit on the button. Change up in the zone. He hit it hard, but it was right at Logan.
Here's up Xander Bogaerts. Highly regarded prospect out of their system. Grounded out to Seager first time. Back with a strike. Felix so far 2 strikeouts, no walks. Giving up a run on 3 hits. Working inside, misses for ball 2, 2-1. Tapper, back to Felix. 2 down. There's Dustin Pedroia, reached on a infield single. Took second on an E6. Nice play up the middle by Brad Miller to keep the ball in the infield, but then threw it away.
Well, it's just the second ground ball out for Felix. When he's on his game, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. So hopefully he's starting to settle in after the first inning.
Interesting. Somebody asked John Farrell about Pedroia's batting average being in the 265 neighborhood. He says you don't see a lot of opposing pitchers throw him in. So the location has a lot to do with it. He says there's been nothing to this pull side, which he's built to. You know about Pedroia, boy, he swings from his toes a lot. He's jumping out of his shoes. I've seen him go up top over that roof many times in Boston. Well, the guy generates a lot of power.
And to that point, just 4 home runs on the year for him.
1-1. Fouled off. Red Sox. Middle stage of a road trip. They lost 3 out of 4 at Oakland. Ortiz won it last night or yesterday afternoon in the 10th inning with a home run. From here, they go to New York and play 3 games at the Yankees with an off day on Thursday. Felix ahead 1-2. They're looking for a strikeout. Cano throws out Pedroia, and Felix has a 1-2-3 inning, gets it done on 10 pitches. In a 1-1 ball game here at Safeco Field. And why not pose with the king? As that's from the August 15th, 2012. Final moment after the perfect game. CenturyLink link to what's next. Another veteran right-hander, Jake Peavy, goes against Erasmo Ramirez in Game 2 of this series. There's Brad Miller to lead it off for the Mariners. Miller, Bloomquist, and Chavez, 8-9-1. Brad off the interstate and above the Mendoza line at 207. Entering today. Swinging bat well, 9 for 17 on a road trip, 3 runs, a homer. A couple runs batted in.
It's one thing to have a hitting streak, but when you hit 458 over 7 days, that's getting it done. Lackey right now, you may as well be aggressive. He is throwing a lot of strikes here early. 27 pitches, 23 strikes from Lackey. First pitch strikes to 7 of the 8 batters.
Kaczynski thought he had another strikeout.
I think probably good reason. That pitch at the bottom of the strike zone.
2-2. That's Kellogg's got balls and strikes. And Brad strikes out. Third K for Lackey. One down here in the third.
Just a good fastball at 93 miles an hour, running it on the outside corner. Good movement on this pitch.
Keep in mind, Lackey's got great numbers here at Seattle. Last 7 starts, a 7-0 record, 2.01 ERA. Here's Willie Bloomquist, who's 5 for 15 against John. The first pitch strike.
Willie has played well, hitting 280 coming into the game. Had a couple of hits yesterday.
Back-to-back doubles. The second one drove in a run. Ground ball to Pedroia. Throws out Willie. Back to the top of the order, and here's Endy Chavez. Dropped a base hit in front of left fielder Daniel Nava. First inning. Lackey with plenty of postseason experience. Clinched the 0-2 World Championship for Anaheim and went 1-1 last year against St. Louis in the World Series.
We were talking about Lackey and the success that he's had pitching in this ballpark, and he's pitched well for the Red Sox this year. ERA under 3 coming into the game, and he's been doing it today with a lot of fastballs, which was the scouting report, but he's throwing a lot of strikes. First pitch strikes to 9 out of the 10 batters. He's working ahead. There's a good changeup.
David Ortiz, a first inning RBI single with 2 outs. 1-0 Red Sox. Then in the second, a 1-out solo blast by Logan Morrison. That's how we got here at 1-1. And he's going to run like heck. Drew, bare hand. That's outstanding. Nice play by Stephen Drew. Another economical inning for Lackey. 11 pitches here in the third in this 1-1 game. Glad you could join us for Mariner Baseball. David Ortiz going to lead it off here for Boston. His first plate appearance here tonight, his 39th career against Felix Hernandez, and this one a base hit to center for an RBI. This is what he's done against the King.
Raised his average to a .344 average against Felix. Just one home run, 7 strikeouts, 6 walks for him. Had a ground ball that worked its way back up the middle. Cano was playing out on the grass and just wasn't able to get to it.
First pitch from Felix at the end of the bat.
I think now you can see the defensive alignment by the Mariners. You have Kyle Seager over on the right side of the infield with Pedroia at second base. They weren't able to get that far, and I think that's almost in the area where Ortiz ended up getting his base hit.
One. Felix so far tonight 2 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody. Boston got all 3 of its hits after 2 outs in the first inning. 1-1. Long way left field, backing up Ackley, looking up and makes the catch. Nicely done by Dustin Ackley. Saluted by Felix Hernandez. 1 away.
Take a look at Ackley as he goes back. He knows he's getting close to the wall. The good news is he jumps before he gets too close to it. So many times you see outfielders that get close to the wall, and when they go to jump, it'll grab their jersey and they won't be able to get as high as they need to, but that's a good play. Pretty good ride by Ortiz, too. You don't see many guys going the other way off of Felix's curveball. Typically, they'll take it. That pitch was up in the zone. He hit it hard out to left.
Here's Mike Napoli. Doubled down the left field line his first time. Fielding percentage. Ackley right there. Gordon, not a surprise to see him at the top of that list. Here's a back leg effort by Napoli. High and deep. Ackley at the wall, and he cannot get it. It is gone. Mike Napoli, his 9th home run, his 30th RBI. And his 2nd home run against Felix. 2-1 Boston. Boy, that was a skyscraper.
I thought Dustin was going to make back-to-back plays. It looks like he gets back to the wall in good shape. This is a towering home run by Napoli. And it appears that it doesn't. You could, just what we were talking about, you could see him rub up against the fence, and he wasn't able to get up as high as he normally would. And it was just out of the reach of Ackley. Great look in our McDonald's Supermom as you see the padding and his shoulder hitting the padding as he was starting his jump.
Daniel Nava fouls one off.
And that's just a breaking ball. Bell tie in the middle of the plate.
Napoli, like so many power hitters, Beltre comes to mind. Boy, that back knee goes down. You get that full extension and full driving totally through the ball. Very impressive.
Lower half.
Really impressive. 0-2 here to Nava. Breaks a run of 11 consecutive games where Felix did not allow a home run. Strike 3 called on Nava, and he knew it. 3rd K tonight here for Felix. 2 down in the 4th. Bring up A.J. Przinsky. First pitch swinging, flied out deep to left.
You look at the fly ball by Ortiz and then the home run from Napoli. It was a surprise. You look at the numbers, and the Red Sox coming to the game 13th in the American League in home runs.
How about dead last in slugging, too? Didn't expect to see that. Big part of the reason why they're 35 and 41. ERA-wise, they're 3rd in the league. Oakland and the Mariners. Ground ball to Cano. Brzezinski's thrown out, but the Red Sox regain the lead on a home run by Mike Napoli, his 9th of the year. 2-1 Boston. Time now for our Seattle City Light power play. How about Logan Morrison, Mike?
And it was good to see Lackey throwing a lot of fastballs. In the second pitch to Morrison, he drives it deep into the seats in right field. For Morrison, his third home run of the year.
He's homered in home run once every 20 at-bats in limited action. 3 home runs. James Jones, Robinson Cano, Kyle Seager. With Morrison in the hole here in the 4th. James bounced into a double play his first time. And he's quickly behind 0-2.
And Lackey is going to be tough if he continues to get that pitch. That pitch is off the plate. And he will stay out there, the veteran pitcher.
Ooh, that one got Kellogg in the right bicep. 0-2.
You could see Pierzynski. He was set up off the plate away. Lackey ended up throwing it middle end, but he was trying to get him to go out off the plate again.
Couple of old heads out there.
Yeah.
AJ's been around for a lot of years. Did he go? Did not, since Pat Hoberg at third. Ball to Pedroia. Nice hop for him. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. It's good to be back here in Seattle after the road trip. It was a short road trip. Mariners lose the first 2 in San Diego and then sweep in Kansas City to go 3-2. Here's Robinson Cano with 1 out, nobody on. Grounded out to third.
Talking about the road trip, it's one of the things the Mariners have done well this year. 7 games over 500 on the road. I'm sure that Lloyd McClendon would like to see them turn things around here at home. 3 games under 500 at home. He's talked about it a few times, trying to make this an advantage.
Slicing drive, left field, fair ball, gets down, bounces over the fence. The automatic double.
Cano now 1 for 2.
Continuing, they keep throwing him out there, and you know what? He's going to get his base hits. Number 2 hitter in the league starting today.
That's one of the things. It's the reason why he consistently hits over 300. This is a slow breaking ball in the outside corner. He just doesn't. He's not going to change his approach. He's been consistent with it. They're going to pitch him out there. He'll continue to take his hits. Comes into the game second in the American League in hitting.
It's a 2 night for him. A 309 hitter starting this evening against Lackey. Seager, strikeout victim on 3 pitches. Line drive, base hit, right field. Hope up with the ball. Here's a throw to the plate. Cano is going to slide in safely as Napoli cut it off. Tie ball game. Kyle Seager delivers with his 48th RBI. 2-2 here in the 4th.
This is an area where the Mariners have really improved. Hitting .261 as a team with runners in scoring position, and Kyle squares this ball up, solid line drive into right. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time up, jumps on a fastball.
There's Morrison as Cano touches home. Off speed pitch to Logan. Homered this first time up, get the Mariners on the board. Two ball game. Outside. Both teams with 2 runs on 4 hits. The Mariners have committed 1 error. Stayed with the off-speed pitch, 2-1. Two and 1 count here to Morrison. Two up. And hard. Beats the shift. Seager's going to race Bogaerts to third. And he's going to win it as Holt holds on to the ball to keep Morrison at first. So with one out, the Mariners have runners at the corners. 2 for 2 night for Logan Morrison.
Red Sox did everything they could as far as the defense goes, and Morrison finds a hole right in between Pedroia and Drew. Good base running by Kyle Seager. He knows the shift is on. As he's coming to second base, he can see that there isn't anybody to third, so it was a foot race. Thought it was worth the gamble. Ended up not getting a throw to third. But good base running by Kyle. Get himself into scoring position with just one out.
We haven't seen too many examples of that this season, but we have over the last couple of years. We had that base is empty and the runner sees it. I mean, Johnny Damon certainly made a big thing of it in the World Series a few years ago in 09 against the Phillies.
Right.
Here's Zunino. Might see more of that happen as he move along.
The thing that potentially would have saved the Red Sox in that situation is Bogaerts, who's the third baseman, and he had been playing shortstop. He can run. And so he was going to beat Kyle to third. I think most third basemen, Kyle, having that kind of steam going into second, there would have been no chance.
I'll tell you what, though, add another element. If Bogaerts is running too, it's almost like Holt's got to be a quarterback and leading to the bag.
I think that's the reason why he didn't throw it.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of problem there now. You got your third baseman running to get to the bag, and you got to hit him. That's a low-risk proposition. Good count here for Zunino, 2-0. Runners at the corners, one out. A run in on the Seager RBI. Three and out to Mike Z. Mariners putting some pressure on Lackey here in the fourth.
Well, 9 home runs on the year. His last couple of games he's homered. Why not? Turn him loose 3-0.
3-0 pitch. He did, and he popped it up. It is going to get foul.
He had a good swing at it, too. He had a fastball that was middle end, 91 miles an hour. And it looked like he tried to hit another home run as he skied it. Fortunately, it went out of play. In that situation, when the manager green lights you, he knows it's not always going to work out, but the one thing he wants to see is you get the barrel to the ball, and Mike certainly did that.
(3-1). Bases are loaded. Ball 4 to Zunino. Nowhere to put Dustin Ackley. One out. Bases filled. First walk of the ball game. The Mariners have put 4 consecutive men aboard.
These are the situations that we've talked about all year. As you see Ackley's numbers with the bases loaded. A 581 average. This year 2 for 4. And when you have Felix on the mound and Lackey, who has pitched well in this ballpark, you'd really like to take advantage of this situation. You don't know if it's going to come around again.
Opportunity golden. Ball 1. Inning started with Jones grounding out to second. Cano bounced a double over the left field fence. RBI by Kyle Seager. Single by Morrison. Zunino's walk loaded him up. 1-0. Good foul.
Dustin is a good high ball hitter. He didn't get a fastball up in the zone. It'll make it easy for him to get the ball out in the outfield somewhere.
1-1 pitch. Goes the other way. Down the line. Foul ball. Ackley with the 9th inning game winner. Saturday night, Kansas City, 2-1 Mariners. Came on as a pinch hitter for Montero. 2-2 pitch, couple of outs. Single to right. Two.
I would think Dustin would get a good pitch to hit here. Lackey does not want to go to a full count. He's going to try to make a pitch.
Felix in a 2-2 ball game. Ackley trying to put him back in front here. Good situation. 1 out, 2-2 count, bases loaded. Foul. Felix said, no, not here. Mariners a 261 team, runners in scoring position this year compared to 230 for Boston.
And the Mariners 1 for 1 so far in this game.
Do it again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled it off his leg. Lackey struck out 3, walked 1. Giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. Ackley looking to do some big damage here. Long look by Lackey's ready. Pop back this way.
The last 4 pitches, all of them have been inside to Dustin. Talked about the base hit that he had the other day off of Vargas, who was pitching well. It was on a fastball that was just in off the plate. You can see that one right on the inside corner.
2-2. Fly ball left field. Nava does not have a play.
Good battle. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Lackey has made a lot of good pitches in this at-bat. Not many in the middle of the plate. Most of them on the edges or off the plate. See that last one after going inside, back to the outside corner.
John Farrell's ball club losing 3 of 4 in Oakland. Coming in 6 games under 500. 6.5 off the pace in the AL East. 2-2. Fouled back again.
That might have been the best pitch for him to hit. Middle of the plate. There you can see it. 26 pitches in the inning.
He's got to bring something good to him now. Full count.
And the 11th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Good at-bat by Dustin.
Brett Miller's on deck. Seager at third, Morrison at second, Zunino at first. 1 out, a 3-2 count to Ackley. Go. 3-2 pitch. Wow, fouled off another one.
Howard Johnson, the hitting coach there on the right of Lloyd McClendon.
He's sweating it out.
Yeah, he is. He's right there with him.
3-2 to Ackley. Bases loaded. Pitch from Lackey. Fouled off again. Epic proportions here.
Neither one of them giving in. Ackley, he's done a good job. He's having to foul off some tough pitches. Only a couple of them in the middle of the plate. Most of them on the edges. So Lackey has made some good pitches to him. You can see he's getting a little bit frustrated with the at-bat.
13th pitch of this at-bat. Lucky 13, 3-2. Napoli, what a play to the shortstop. A run's going to score. Lackey didn't cover first. Mariners have a 3-2 lead.
It was a good play by Napoli, but Lackey wasn't able to get off the mound. In fact, he looked like he was limping a little bit. But Dustin Ackley will pick up an RBI and give the Mariners the lead. That was a really good at-bat.
It's one of the better ones we've seen. Impressive trainer coming out.
He hit it hard, and it was a good backhanded play by Napoli at first. The only play he had was to go to second. Ackley runs well. I'm not sure that Lackey, even if he gets off the mound in good shape, was going to beat Ackley to first. And they're checking on him. He looked like he wasn't running well. He took a couple steps and stopped running. Going to get a reliever up in the pen now.
Rick Jameson, trainer, going out with John Farrell. So 2 away. Seager scored. Morrison goes to third. And Ackley's safe on a fielder's choice. Runners at the corners for Miller.
I think Howard Johnson is going to be thrilled with that at-bat from Dustin Ackley. What a battle. And again, he ends up hitting it hard. Unfortunately, Napoli made the play.
3-2 Mariners. Gets away. That's going to get another run in. Wild pitch. Ackley down to second as Morrison scores. 4-2 Mariners. Well, a wild pitch by Lackey. His pitch count, Mike, is getting really out of hand.
This is the 32nd pitch of the inning, and he bounces it. It went off the leg of Pierzynski. Good break for the Mariners.
I'll say. Big inning. Time called.
Lackey had been cruising, but 32 pitches in the inning. Up to 67 now.
2-0 count here to Miller. Ackley with plus speed at second base. What an inning. Three and 0. Chris Capuano, veteran left-hander. Taken all the way, 3-1. Miller, the 7th man to the plate here in the 4th inning. And he's aboard. Second walk in this inning and for the ball game for Lackey. First and second. 2 outs for Willie Bloomquist.
Willie grounding out to second his first time up.
Pitching coach Juan Nieves. Two Mariner lead. Keplin aboard for Willie Bloomquist. Willie over Pedroia's head. They will hold Ackley. The Mariners have him loaded up again as Willie Bloomquist with another base hit. Willie coming off a 2-for-3 day yesterday. Drops one right in front of the right fielder Holt. Ninth man coming to the plate is going to be Endy Chavez.
Good positioning by the Red Sox. Holt was playing really shallow in right field. Inside out swing from Willie. That's what we've been seeing from him lately. A lot of his hits going to right field. That's why Holt was playing so shallow. No chance for Ackley to score.
Chavez. Breaking ball for a strike. Drive that final nail. Lackey's game here with a base hit, 4-2. Ninth man to the plate. Chavez to right center field, deep. Holt can't get it. Everybody's gonna run. Ackley scores. Miller scores. Here comes Bloomquist to third with a triple. Endy Chavez. 7-2 Mariners. Endy with his first triple of the season. Gets his RBI total of 5. What a big inning. And there's that nail in the coffin of John Lackey.
It looks like it's an off-speed pitch. It is a breaking ball. They were playing shallow again in right field. And Endy hits the line drive over the head of Holt. He can't get back in time. What a huge base hit for Endy Chavez as he gets a triple to clear the bases and run Lackey out of the game.
Mike is core members of the Endy Chavez fan club. I give you a high five on that one, pal. 7-2 Mariners. Undefeated. He got torched tonight.
He was cruising along, and then the fourth inning showed up. And you take a look at Dustin Ackley with the bases loaded, 13 pitch at bat. He hits it hard to right field. It looked as though Lackey thought it was going to get through, and he might have gone back up home, and you can see him limping. By the time he started at first, Ackley was well past him. He was going to beat him to first, and that cost him, and the inning continued.
And the agony and the anguish when he sees that ball's getting over the head of Holt.
What an inning by the Mariners. 3 for 4 in the inning with runners in scoring position.
Here's Jones, the 10th man to the plate. Capuano throws him out. What an inning. 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors, a man left. Mariners blow it open early, 7-2 Seattle. Baseball on Root Sports, brought to you by Pizza Hut. Too much good stuff. By Swedish Cancer Institute, extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And by the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries. When you're choosing a contractor, hire smart and go to protectmyhome.net. Big wheel keep on turning, and so does the Mariner offense. How about that? 7-2. 6 runs on 5 hits, 10 men to the plate. Real life, actual run support for Felix Hernandez.
Well, Felix, up till 3 starts, his last 3 outings before this one, had pitched extremely well, and the guys just couldn't score for him. But up to that point, he was getting a lot of run support this year, and now it's back at it. But 7 runs, now a 5-run lead for Felix.
Stephen Drew, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Brock Holt, 8-9-1. Miss. Felix with 3 strikeouts thus far. He's given up a home run to Napoli and an RBI single to Ortiz. Double section of Kings Court making some noise out in left field. Two and two. Two pitch. RBIs today for the Mariners. 3 for Andy Chavez and a bases loaded triple. Seager with an RBI single, home run for Morrison, and a fielder's choice RBI for Ackley. Another run scored on a wild pitch. That was Logan Morrison. 3-2 here to Drew. Strike 3 call. Got him. One down. That's a 4th K for Felix.
We'll take a look at it. It's just a fastball challenges him. Enter third, and like Zunino holding it there for the home plate umpire, Jeff Kellogg. So he rings him up. You know, the other good thing with the Mariners scoring these runs tonight, let's not forget Rodney is not going to pitch tonight. And with Felix right now at 52 pitches, he can be aggressive with this lead. And there you go. You have him to finish your ball game for you. He typically pitches deep into games anyway. But all those runs being scored by the Mariner will help Lloyd towards the end of this game.
Backhand by Seager. Goes out to Speedy Bradley, 2 away. Outstanding work by the bullpen over the weekend.
Wow.
I'll say. I mean, they didn't give up a run. I think it was 7 1/3. They went scoreless.
And they great. Needed to. And once again, they did it. That's the best bullpen in the American League.
I was talking to a scout.
To a man out there.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to a scout today. He said, you know, the thing that's interesting about the bullpen, it's very funky. Multiple release points, styles, speeds, different kinds of breaking balls, power arms. He said it's crazy.
And that is true, because we were just in Kansas City and Rex Hudler was there. Then that's the comment that he made to me. Same thing. They're different. They all throw hard. They're all electric, but the arm angles and everything that you get out of them is different. And what a job they have done. Every one of them out there.
It's ahead 0-2 to Brock Holt. Holt in right field. He's played multiple positions since being called up. His first game in right field was earlier this month. Played third, first, left, right, and center. 0-2. Ground ball. Morrison stays right with it. Feed to Felix. Covers his position. 11 pitches for the King to get through the 5th inning. He's got 4 strikeouts, no walks. More importantly, a 7-2 lead. Sox 7-2, bottom of the 5th coming up. Stars have a line for the 2014 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. As the best in the National League take on the American League's elite. Don't miss the action Tuesday, July 15th at 5 p.m. on Fox. Current leaders to the moment. Obviously, Matt Wieder's done for the season. He's not going to be playing, but Robinson Cano is right there. Cabrera, Trout, and Bautista in the outfield with Donaldson, Jeter, Cano, and Cabrera in the infield, and Nelson Cruz as the DH. What a Mariner 4th. They chased John Lackey, who has harassed them over his last 7 starts to the tune of 7-0 with a 2.01 ERA.
Yeah, 6-run 4th. And it was started by this man right here. He hit a double down in the left field corner. A ground out by Jones, so there was 1 out in the inning, and then he hits the double, and after that Mariners went to work.
2-0.
We'll take a look at the line for John Lackey. 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 74 pitches, 52 of those for strikes.
Previous outings allowed 11 earned runs, and Cano didn't like that call. 2-2.
Yeah, 11 earned runs over 7 outings. And Mariners put 7 earned runs on them tonight.
2-2 to Cano. Veteran left-hander Chris Capuano with the Dodgers the last 2 years. Full count. Capuano been in the big league since 03. Didn't play in 08. Tommy John surgery. Been with Arizona, Milwaukee, Mets, and the Dodgers. 3-2. Off the fist, popped it up. Pedroia going out. And nice catch by Stephen Drew. Shortstop, one away. Rockies ERA went from 2.96 to 3.45.
Good adjustment by Drew to stay with it. It had a chance to fall in the outfield on that little triangle area, but Drew was able to make the play. Bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Leads the club with 48 RBIs and home runs with 10.
Nice to see him get on a nice consistent run here. He's had a couple of hot streaks this season.
He's swung the bat well here at home this year. Nice 6-game homestand for the guys.
One. About the Kansas City Ball Club. They beat Greinke tonight 5-3 over the Dodgers. They get Kershaw tomorrow night. Two-one count here to Seager. Foul. Two for 4 day Saturday for Kyle in Kansas City. Got a 2-2 count. Hit well, right field. Off the fence, gets away from Holt. A double for Seager. Line drive double. That's his 18th 2-bagger. He's 2 for 3 tonight. As he salutes the boys out in the bullpen as well as the guys on the bench.
Take a look at you. It's tough to hit a ball any harder than this 89-mile-an-hour fastball. As you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo in the swing by Kyle as he barrels it up and just about puts a hole in the wall in right field.
One out for the Mariners. Seager at second. Here's Morrison having a day. 2 for 2. Homer. And a base hit to right. Strike one. 18 doubles for Seager. Team best.
Mariners 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Breaks a tie. Seager breaks a tie with Cano, who had 17. Right to the dugout, right where Felix sits. Jeez, to find another spot. To put a screen up. Look at it. Cano give him the glove.
He's going to sit in front of him now. That's great.
Oh, 2 to Morrison. Phillies and the Mariners with a 7-2 lead, trying to get some more here. 1-2 to Morrison, who's having a nice night. Line drive homer into the right field stands and a base hit to right. Scored on a wild pitch, so he's touched the plate 2 times this evening.
He really looks as if with more playing time that he's been getting since being called back from AAA on his rehab, that swing is starting to shorten up. Those pitches right there inside on the inside corner, and he's not having a problem getting the barrel to it. Key against the lefty, of course, is can he stay on that breaking ball away, but it looks like he's starting to shorten the swing. A couple of hits for him today, including a home run. There's a breaking ball.
Morrison, 23 home runs, a career best with Florida back in 2011 with 72 runs batted in. That too a career best. Love to regain that for him. Did a lot of damage, hitting just .247. Two balls, 2 strikes. Play Morrison straight away and deep in the outfield. 2-2. That gets away from Przinsky. Can't find it. Seager to third easily.
And another good break. Just 1 out. So Kyle will move up to third on a wild pitch. Fly ball to the outfield should pick up another run. Red Sox will bring their infield in. Outfielders playing straight away.
Three and 2 to Morrison, 1 out, runner at third. And hard past the diving Napoli, 8-2 Mariners. What a night for Logan Morrison, 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 runs knocked in.
And the Mariners 4 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. That team batting average in this situation steadily going up. It was at .264 during this at bat, and again it was the off-speed pitch we were talking about. He's able to stay back just long enough to drive it past Napoli. They had the infield in, cutting down his range.
What a night, 3 for 3 for Lomo. There's Mike Zunino, 8-2 Mariners. Breaking ball for a strike.
Again, just 77 miles an hour. You can see him out on his front foot a little bit, but his hands stay back so he can drive it through the right side of the infield. Good swing.
Morrison with the 3 for 3 has taken his batting average from 164 to 203. 4-2 to Mike Zunino. Eight runs on 9 hits. 1 error for the Mariners, 2 runs, 4 hits. No errors for Boston. 0-2 to Zunino. Ooh, he is rung up. He didn't like that call at all.
It looks like it was a good pitch on the tracer right on the inside corner.
Capuano with his first strikeout, 2 away.
Bring up Dustin Ackley. 13 pitch at bat. Ends up driving in a run. It was a good play again by Napoli. Really good at bat for him. Tough situation.
Quick 1 to Ackley. First time he's saying Chris Capuano. 1. Corner for a strike. Crowd 26,860. Red Sox in town. 2 more nights with the Red Sox. Mariners had the day off at home on Thursday. Then the Indians over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Don't forget Friday night, fireworks night. Make sure you're here for that. Chase sweeping breaking ball, but the Mariners enjoying a big night from Logan Morrison. 3 for 3, drove in his second run to make it an 8-2 Mariner lead for Felix Hernandez. Against the Boston Red Sox. We take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2 more with the Sox, a day off at home, Cleveland for 3, and then start getting into that month of July. 3 with Houston, 4th of July weekend in the great city of Chicago, then back home. The Twins and the A's will take us to the All-Star break. As Mr. Niehaus used to say, once you get to the All-Star break, it's all downhill, baby. It starts to really fly. And he wasn't kidding. Xander Bogaerts to lead off, followed by Pedroia and Ortiz, 2, 3, 4. Felix tonight with 4 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody. Gave up a run on 3 hits in the first inning since then. A home run to Napoli in the 4th, the only hit. Bogaerts tonight, a couple of ground outs. Ran out to third and a comebacker to Felix. Two and one.
Next pitch for Felix will be 60. 59 pitches, 41 strikes.
2-2.
Just a perfect pitch at the bottom of the strike zone.
So that little bit of flinch by the umpire from up here, from our vantage point.
Yeah, you can see the pitch is in off the plate, but you have to really hang in there if you're an umpire, because Felix, especially when he's throwing his changeup, has so much movement to it.
Got him that time. Bogarts thought he had a free pass. I don't think so. 5th strikeout for Felix. 1 down here in the 6th.
I think he catches a break here. This is a fastball down out of the strike zone. Great job by Zunino. He is so good, helping his pitchers out and stealing strikes. I think he was able to pick one up there for Felix. That pitch was a little bit down.
Here's Pedroia.
He's so good at getting his glove down at the bottom of the strike zone, and as he's catching it, you can see him, the glove will start to come up. Most of the time, catchers, especially with the movement of Felix, when they go to catch it, they'll push it down even further. He's so strong with his hands that even with the movement of Felix throwing a 92-mile-an-hour fastball with some good sink to it, he's able to just stop it and hold it there.
Felix way ahead of Pedroia, 0-2. Pedroia with an infield hit, run scored in the 1st inning, and a ground out to Cano. Oh, 2 strikes. Way upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. To the gap in right center field. Chavez cuts it off, and a good strong throw to keep Pedroia at first. Cano threw behind him, making sure he stays at the bag. We take a look at the Coors Light cold hard facts about Mr. Ortiz. Most game-winning homers 9th inning or later since 2003. Got another one yesterday afternoon. Tied with Adam Dunn and Albert Pujols, 1 behind with Jason Giambi, Alex Rodriguez, and Miguel Cabrera trailing. Ortiz had been 0 for 4, then he hit that home run in the 10th yesterday to win at Oakland. He's had a dramatic John Jaso home run to get back in that game.
I think that's impressive with that number for Ortiz. That doesn't include what he's done in the postseason, and he has a number of them there.
World Series MVP. Ortiz starting tonight at 2:48. I was talking to him last year. I remember being in Boston, and he was concerned about the contract, which they eventually did get settled. But he said, there's nobody coming up in AAA. They're going to have to replace me at some time. I'm not doing this forever.
4 at-bats a night. He doesn't travel with the glove.
So big out, 2 away. He's one of the really good guys in all of sports, too, and he apologized for going off on the Minnesota official score. Apologized to Major League Baseball, Joe Torre, and the official score. He thought he wanted a hit. It's called an error, and he went nuts. But he since apologized about that in his recent performance. Ball knocked down by Joe Mauer. And later on, official scorer, he went back and checked. Wound up giving him. Which led to his apology earlier today, which MLB and the web services had today. Here's Napoli. 2 for 2, double and a home run. Two 2-0. Three world championships. Last 10 years, Ortiz a big part of them. The Boston Red Sox. Two and one. Just joining us, you missed a hullabaloo for the Mariners in the home fourth. 10 men to the plate, 6 runs on 5 hits. Endy Chavez, a bases clearing triple. Kyle Seager, an RBI single. Morrison scores on a wild pitch. Ackley, a huge at bat. Give him a 3-2 lead. 14 pitches. Good stuff. 3-1 here to Napoli.
Felix now at 75 pitches, 50 strikes for him.
Napoli doesn't cheat himself when he takes off, boy, I tell you.
Especially when he gets into a hitter's count, 2-0, 3-1, and even now here in this 3-2, if he takes a swing, you're going to see it. He'll turn it loose.
Daniel Nava on deck. He's 0 for 2. Fly to left and a strikeout looking. Felix sitting on 5 strikeouts, no walks. Payoff pitch to Napoli. Guy to pop up. Long run, Endy Chavez. Cano calls everybody off and makes it look easy, doesn't he? Napoli fouls out to Cano. Felix and the Mariners lead 8-2. Up the team and head to Youth Baseball and Softball Day here at Safeco Field this Sunday. Little leaguers, family, and friends can all pick up tickets for only $11 to see the Mariners take on the Indians at 1:10. Plus, all kids, you're going to get a free Robinson Cano poster thanks to Aquafina. Pick up your $11 tickets. Log on to Mariners.com/YBB. Brad Miller to lead it off. As we come above the A in Safeco Field, Brad Miller, Willie Bloomquist, and Andy Chavez. It's Chris Capuano came on to get the fourth out. Take that third out of the fourth inning. Mariners sent 10 men to the plate, 6 runs on 5 hits.
Brad trying to extend his hitting streak to 8 games, 0 for 1 in tonight's game. He walked in the 4th inning and scored a run.
Check swing, 1-1. Strikeout. Walk and run scored. Willie Bloomquist, he's 1 for 2. Andy Chavez will be coming up. He's 2 for 2. Bouncing ball goes foul. Mariners chased John Lackey, who came into tonight's game 7-0. His last 7 starts here at Safeco Field against the Mariners. 3 2/3 for John. 7 hits, 7 runs, all earned. Brad strikes out on a 2-2 offering. Let's check in with Angie Mentink. Angie.
All right, guys. We take a look at our AT&T fan photos of the game. We wondered who you were watching the game with, where you were watching it, and I didn't even know it. They were right here under my nose. First, we've got Tana here with her pals in the King's Court. And next up, Brent sent us this picture of his son, Harrison. It is Harrison's first game. Congratulations, Harrison. Hopefully this is the first of many. Again, tweet your photos to us using the hashtag Mariners_fan_photo for a chance to have it shown later in the game. It's brought to you by AT&T, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Chris Capuano. 1-0 to Willie Bloomquist. 2-0. With a base hit to right. That epic 4th inning.
1 for 2 has raised his average to 284 now.
Two and 1. Two 2 to Willie. One other game in progress right now. Padres lead at the Giants 3-0, top 7. Really able to check his swing. Baltimore beat Chicago 6-4. Miami won at Philly 4-0. Toronto beats the Yankees 8-3 in Toronto. Fly ball right field for Brock Holt. Two away. Back to Andy Chavez. Get downtown from the airport for only $2.75 on Sound Transit's Link Light Rail. See how easy it is at soundtransit.org. Pittsburgh beat Tampa Bay 8-1 in St. Pete. Reds over the Cubs 6-1. Dodgers lose at KC 5-3. Washington 3, Milwaukee nothing, and wow, the Cardinals 8-0 at Colorado will final. Indy, what a night, 2 for 3. Got a single to left, a ground out, and a triple, scoring 3 runs, and he hits this a long way, but it's caught by Jackie Bradley Jr., who was playing very shallow. He gave it a really good ride. That'll do it for the Mariners. They go 1-2-3. They lead 8-2.
it by 6. But south of here at Cheney Stadium, the Tacoma Rainiers taking on Oklahoma City. That game right now tied at 8 apiece in the 9th inning. A couple of updates for you. Michael Saunders in that game, 4 for 5 with a couple of doubles, 3 RBIs. Corey Hart, 2 for 5 in that game. And Justin Smoke, 1 for 4. But that one hit, guys, a home run. Back to you.
Well, he's obviously getting reports that Logan Morrison is 3 for 3, 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. It's good news to hear those boys on the way back. Felix Hernandez for the 7th inning now, 5 strikeouts, no walks.
He's in good shape so far. 77 pitches, 52 strikes.
Got Daniel Nava to lead it off, is 0 for 2, fly to left and a strikeout looking. Red Sox broke on top of the 1st inning after Felix went strikeout, ground out, then gave up an infield hit and an RBI single to Ortiz. Mariners tied it on a Morrison home run in the 2nd, then in the 4th. Napoli put Boston back in front 2-1. Bottom of the 4th, 6 runs on the board by the Mariners and another one for good measure in the 5th. Broken bat, base hit. Don't forget this Friday, the new 4th of July, and Mariners once again lighting up the sky overhead here with Seattle City Lights Mariners Fireworks Night. It's presented by Movin' 92.5. Fans are going to enjoy the fantastic fireworks show. It comes after the Indians-Mariners game on Friday night. For tickets to Fireworks Night, all you have to do is log on to Mariners.com.
A.J. Pierzynski, hitter and catcher, 0 for 2 tonight.
First pitch swinging again, this time down the line. It's
nothing unusual about that.
That's his trademark. If
it's in the area.
If you've not seen A.J. over the years, particularly, it seems like here more than anywhere. Even I don't remember it as much when he was with the White Sox, but he likes this ballpark here. He just absolutely just goes up there swinging hard all the time. And
I think it's especially true when Felix is on the mound. He clearly doesn't want to fall behind him, and I don't blame him for that.
Veteran guy, who gets it. 1-1 to A.J.'s 0 for 2. Fly to left, ground out the 2nd. So Daniel Nava aboard at first. First time the Sox have had a leadoff man aboard. Nasty pitch.
Good curveball. Doesn't throw many curveballs tonight. More sliders and changeups, but that was a good one.
It's ahead 1-2.
That was a good pitch.
Sure was. It's going to walk that one off. 2-2. Strike 3 call. AJ knew it too. Half a dozen strikeouts for Felix. One out here in the 7th.
I think A.J. started ripping the batting gloves off before the umpire was able to make the call. He knew it was a strike.
Stephen Drew struck out twice, swinging and looking. It's past Zunino. And Cano backing up. Got a wild pitch. 1-0 here to Drew. Swing and a miss.
Red Sox 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position tonight. See Drew chasing that pitch well off the plate away. A couple of strikeouts for him tonight.
Two and one. Slow roller. Miller charge. Throws. We got him. 2 away. Moving over to third is Daniel Nava. And make sure you tune in tomorrow. Mariners face the Red Sox for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Action begins with the pregame show starting at 6:30, followed by first pitch at 7:10. All Tuesday games are presented by T-Mobile, and our CenturyLink link to what's next shows us the veteran Jake Peavy against Erasmo Ramirez, who's been improving in his last few starts.
The ERA steadily going down for him. He's at 15 2/3 of scoreless baseball for Ramirez, so he's on a good run.
Jackie Bradley Jr. 0 for 2 as he swings through. Again, different look to this Red Sox ball club. Jacoby Ellsbury moving on as a free agent to the Yankees. Shane Victorino still on the DL. And catcher Jared Saltalamacchia now in Tampa Bay.
Felix now at 91 pitches. Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen.
Mariners last year only beat the Red Sox once. July 8th here in Seattle, 11-4. And then they lost the next 6 games. 1-6 in that season series. Tough go against Boston dating back to 2010. Mariners against the Red Sox are 12-23.
Well, you would hope they would take care of business this year with the struggles the Red Sox have had.
2-2.
Red Sox 6 games under 500 for the year. Again, hitting just .230 as a team with runners in scoring position at the start of the game today.
2-2, 2 outs. Cracked him off.
Dominic Leone starting to play catch in the pen. Felix at 94 pitches now.
He's 3-2 to Bradley batting in the 9-hole here. 2 outs, pitch. Brad Miller will put this one away, and it'll do it for the Red Sox in the 7th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Home 7th coming up, 8-2 Mariners. by Washington's Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Nice night here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Lowers, and the Root Sports crew. Happy Felix night to everybody as Felix threw 6 strikeouts. And he has gotten a ton of help from the offense tonight as the Mariners had a huge 4th inning. 10 minutes of the plate. They score 6 times on 5 hits. Logan Morrison hitting star tonight, 3 for 3. He's driven in 2, scored twice. There's James Jones against Chris Capuano. Big part of this story. A long-time Mariner tormentor, particularly here at home, John Lackey, had won his last 7 starts here. Chased after 3 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs all earned. JJ deep to left, over the head of the left fielder and over the fence for a double. James Jones with his first hit tonight, 1 for 4, his 6th double. Good start to the Mariners' 7th.
I'm just going to say he needs to check in with a base hit, join the party tonight. He is now hit in 33 of the 42 games that he has started. Showing a little bit of pop here as he drives it over the left fielder's head.
Looking at that first home run before long.
I'm fine if he doesn't right now. I like the way his approach is, and just do that every now and then, hit the ball in the gap, but keep dropping down the bunt and get the infield hits.
I'm with you. I totally get that, but the numbers that you just spoke to speak to his development and his learning curve, which made those numbers. Here's Cano, right field. Jones had to hold up. Now he's going to come. Bobbled by Holt. Jones scores. 9-2 Mariners. Base hit and an RBI for Cano. That's his 43rd RBI.
Well, James Jones was doing the right thing. He wanted to make sure it hit the outfield grass, so he didn't bust it right away. But Donnelly, the third base coach, was waving him the entire way. So even though it was kicked out in right field, Cano will pick up an RBI. And the Mariners now 5 for 7 with runners in scoring position tonight.
That's a gaudy number. It's a nice change from yesterday's 1 for 11. But getting back to Jones and that power, as his development, he keeps taking steps forward in the right direction. He's going to hit it. He's going to hit a few home runs.
Eventually he will, yes. You take a look at Donnelly, the third base coach. As this ball is hit, he's waving Jones. Jones looking, now he picks him up, and that's when he decides to bust it. But he was waving him the whole way, so even though it was kicked in right field, Cano will pick up that RBI. I agree eventually, but I think for right now, he just needs to continue to stay within himself and do what he's doing. It's working out great for him. Came into the game hitting 287 overall. There will be another wild pitch. Wow.
And the second goes Cano. Yes, you watch him. You can just see him. As Lloyd and everybody says, every experience is a new one. It just keeps growing and growing. We had those numbers we talked about his second and third time through when he faces pitchers. The numbers get better all the time. So I mean, everything is pointing in that direction. I don't think this is certainly a referendum. You got to go hit home runs, but I just think in his progression, he's going to hit his share of home runs.
I hope his first one is an inside the park home run. Make sure he gets the ball.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Seager 2 for 3, having a good night. Scored a couple of runs, picked up an RBI. His 18th double of the year.
Line drive off the fence, deep right center field for the double last time up. This one, base hit. Cano to third. Holt charging, no throw, run scores, double digits for the Mariners against the world champion Red Sox. It's 10-2 Seattle.
They have put together some really good at-bats tonight. Third base hit of the night for Kyle, his 49th RBI on the season. And the Mariners 6 for 8 with runners in scoring position. having some fun. Why not?
3 straight hits here in the 7th. How about Logan Morrison tonight? Home run, single to right, scored on a wild pitch, RBI single to right.
A couple of RBIs and they scored twice.
Yelly. Kurt Breslow hitting it. Well, the Mariners certainly have quieted a lot of the local Red Sox fans here in Seattle. 10 runs on 12 hits. Boston 2 runs on 6 hits. Felix with 6 strikeouts through 7 innings. 2-1 for Morrison. 3-1.
Really tell when a hitter is starting to feel good about himself. You can see Morrison with the 3 hits tonight. You can see how quiet he is at the plate. And Capuano, a left-hander, trying to nibble off the outside corner, and he's just not going to offer at it. Should get a good pitch to hit right here.
Hit well. Deep center field. Logan Morrison, have a night! A 2-run homer. It's 12-2. Mariners, a 4-for-4 night for Logan Morrison. He's driven in 4.
Wow.
Can you say Walling Pip again?
That is a drive right there. With a patient at bat, gets himself into a great count. He was so quiet at the plate, you could tell he was seeing everything from Capuano, and he gets a 3-1 fastball right in the middle of the plate. And at this point at night, to hit it out where he hit it in the center field, you don't see many guys go out in that area, as he drives it, his 2nd home run of the night. Wow.
That is
home run.
1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive hits in the 7th. Double, RBI single, 2-run homer. First multi-home run game for Logan Morrison. He's got 2 bombs tonight, gives him 4 on the season. A laugher in progress. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by 5-Hour Energy, which helps recognize those who, despite their own needs, put others first. By Vern Funk Insurance, bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Funk Insurance. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. What an offensive uprising by the Mariners, pounding the defending world champion Boston Red Sox 12-2. It's the first double-figure run-scoring output for the Mariners since the 10-2 win at New York, beating the Yankees 10-2 back on June 2nd. And Logan Morrison, my goodness, a 4-for-4 night, 2 home runs and 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored.
We were talking about it in the Kansas City series. It was the guys at the bottom of the lineup that were doing the damage tonight. It's all the guys in the middle. Cano with 2 hits. He's driven in a run. Kyle Seager 3-for-4. He's driven in a couple of runs. And Logan Morrison 4-for-4. He's driven in 4 runs tonight and scored 3.
421 feet on the home run by Morrison. It's Craig Breslow, longtime athletic.
See if Mike Zunino can join the party. Mike 0-for-2. He did walk back in the 4th inning.
421 feet straight away, pretty much straight away center field here by Morrison.
How about your 3-4-5 hitters tonight? 9-for-12, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and have scored 8 runs.
That is a winning formula.
It's doing some damage.
Three and 1. 12 runs matches the 12-5 win against Tampa Bay on May 12th, tying a season high. 3-1. Zunino, there's your base hit, a little squibber down the line. Long run for Pedroia and Holt. Zunino all the way to second. He's in there safely. So a squib double down the line, and for Zunino, his 13th double of the season. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive hits.
3 of them for extra bases, a couple of doubles and a home run. Looks like a changeup hits it right off the end of the bat, but it works. I can tell you, as a hitter, we talk about it all the time when you drive a ball in the gap, and that's awesome. Those right there are the ones that you really like.
Nobody out. 4 runs on the board. Mariners have matched their season best in runs scored with 12.
See if Dustin can get a hit. That may be the best at bat of the night. 13 pitch at bat. Ends up grounding out, but he gave the Mariners the lead at the time, and it was quite a battle between him and Ackley. But that turned out to be a big at bat, and then after that, the inning just exploded for the Mariners.
And that produced the second out. The Mariners continued on from there.
Runs on 14 hits.
Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell. Three and 1. High to Ackley as he walks. Join us tomorrow during the Red Sox-Mariners game for the 2014 Mariners Root Sports Tele-Auction. Bid on exciting items like a pregame party in Edgar's Cantina with Edgar himself, autographed memorabilia, or private dinner for 2 at home plate. All proceeds benefit Mariners Care. See a full list of auction items and to place your bid tomorrow, visit mariners.com/root.
Getting a pinch runner, Stephen Romero going to pinch run for Dustin Ackley.
Stay on and play in left field. Nobody out. 4 runs on the board here. The bottom of the 7th. All 6 Mariner batters this inning have reached base. Bouncing ball at Pedroia. Tough hop. Throws to Drew. Miller beats it out. Over to third goes Zunino. So 1 out, runners at the corners. Tough night here for the Red Sox. You look at a game like this, Mike, being on the front end and the back end of it, how many of these a year does it usually average out to him?
Oh, man. Well, as you know, over the last few years for the Mariners, it's been difficult to have him, and I'm sure that Lloyd is really enjoying it. As we were talking about, they've had so many close games. And again, Rodney not available tonight, not going to need him, it looks like, so that's good news for the Mariners. Otherwise, Lloyd was going to have to manage that bullpen if it was another close game. As you look at Dominic Leone, Felix has been sitting in the dugout for a long time. I'm sure he's finished, but it's really worked out well for him.
What a 1 to Bloomquist.
Only 1 for 3 tonight.
Logan Morrison hitting start tonight, 4 for 4. 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored, 2 home runs. Best night of his Mariner tenure, 1 and 2. Breslow pitching to Willie Bloomquist. Breslow, sure you're familiar by now, generally regarded as the smartest man in baseball. There's Cole Gillespie, he'll swing the bat. Breslow out of Yale, degrees in molecular biophysics and biochemistry. Really swings through. 2 outs. Yeah, Cole Gillespie is going to pinch hit for Indy Chavez. Indy Chavez, good night. Indy going 2 for 4. Had a 3-run triple. So here's Gillespie, the 9th man to the plate here in the 7th inning. Mariners sent 10 men to the plate in the 4th. Strike 1, Nicole hitting .254, a homer and 5 runs batted in.
Cole hitting .254 on the year.
What to like about tonight? Cano's got 2 hits, 2 for 4, scored twice, knocked in a run. Mentioned Morrison, the big night, 4 for 4. 2 homers, 4 runs knocked in, 3 runs scored. 2-1. 3-1 to Cole Gillespie.
James Jones waiting on deck. He started this inning with a double.
Three and 2. This is certainly a refreshing change over the last 5 games. The Mariners didn't have a ton of offense. They didn't, as you know, sweep in Kansas City. This has just been outstanding as Gillespie fouls one back. Miller was on the move. Gillespie, 9th man to the plate.
And the Mariners 6 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight.
12 runs on 14 hits, 1 error for the Mariners, 2-6-0 for Boston. And with the ball 4, the bases are loaded for James Jones. And the Mariners are bringing their 10th man to the plate here in the 7th inning.
Dominic Leone continues to throw in the pen for the Mariners, and James Jones looking to add to his night. 1 for 4, the 1 hit, a double. Dominic's ready to go. Another long inning for the Mariners.
Ball 1 to Jones, his second at bat here in the 7th inning. Two and up.
All right, Dave, you were talking about home runs. How about his first one, a grand slam?
Works for me.
A 2-0 fastball right here and turn on it. Boston's outfield playing to hit the ball the other way.
Popped it up. And it will get out of play.
Probably one of the more aggressive swings we've seen him take, huh? 2-0, gets a fastball. Belt high and in.
Well, the 2 ball game. 2-1, bases loaded, 2 outs. 3-1. How far can you hit it? Takes for a strike. Winslow ready, 3-2 pitch. Runners move. Bouncing ball to Pedroia. And he'll throw him out. But the Mariners put 4 more on the board. 10 men to the plate in the 7th. 12-2 blowout. In best run output tonight, and the beneficiary, Mr. Felix Hernandez, our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game.
And another good outing for Felix. Ends up getting 6 strikeouts tonight. Had all of his pitches, gave up a run in the first inning, and then a solo home run in the fourth, and that was it for him. So he keeps his string alive of going at least 7 innings at 2 runs or less. So he gives up 2 runs tonight. Good command of his fastball tonight, and then obviously using that changeup again. And a lot of run support for Felix.
Look at his catcher, Mike Zunino. A lot of smiles in that dugout. The numbers for Mr. Hernandez.
7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. Did not walk anybody again. 6 strikeouts, 95 pitches, 61 of those for strikes.
New pitcher. Dominic Leone out of Norwich, Connecticut, the part of the Nutmeg State where just about everybody's a Boston Red Sox fan, so you know this is a meaningful appearance here for Dominic.
2.32 ERA, 2-1 record, 33 strikeouts in the 31 innings that he has worked. Opponents hitting .226 against Dominic. When we get the top of the order, it will be Holt, Bogart, and Pedroia due up.
Brock Holt to lead it off. 0 for 3, top of the order. Holt, Bogarts, and Pedroia. Holt tonight strikeout, line out to first as Cole Gillespie takes over in left field. And Stephen Romero in right field. Gets foul. 1-2. A lot of long faces of Red Sox fans here tonight. They were quite vocal coming into the ballpark and in the early going with Ortiz first inning RBI single for the 1-0 lead. They regained the lead in the fourth on a Napoli home run. The rest of the night it has been all Mariners.
Like Dominic has a good fastball tonight. That fastball at 96 miles an hour.
Two and two.
Kings Court still chanting for K's.
Why not? They're warmed up.
A nice section out there tonight.
Been thoroughly entertained. And Zunino holds on to that foul tip. Leone with a strikeout. One down here in the 8th. Just like Fernando Rodney, you can record a save when you head to Safeco Field Saturday thanks to BASF. First 8,000 fans are going to receive a Mariners Kitchen Caddy to collect compostable materials that will help save the earth. For tickets, the Saturday 7-10 matchup against the Indians lies on theMariners.com. Xander Bogaerts 0 for 3. One other game still in progress. San Diego leading at the Giants 6-0. Bottom of the 9th. Regards to Red Sox in the American League East. Baltimore winner. Toronto beat the Yankees. Rest of the American League West with the night off. Two and one. from Leon. 2-2.
First breaking ball we've seen from Dominic. All fastballs up to that last slider.
Stay 2-2.
What a luxury to have in your bullpen. Comes in with a 2.26 ERA. When you have 95, 96 miles an hour with a hard slider and you're the fifth right-hander in the bullpen, that's a pretty good bullpen.
Two pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down via the strikeout for Leon.
And here's the slider. Up in the zone, but he gets Bogarts to pull off of it. Gets another strikeout, 2 strikeouts for Leon in the inning. Nobody throwing in the Mariner pen.
Try a big swing and a miss.
Talking about it earlier in the game with Pedroia not getting many pitches on the inside part of the plate. With 2 good fastballs right on the inside corner. One he was able to throw by him, and he was late on that one.
So let's see if Leon can strike out this side. He's way ahead. 1-2. We're starting to close here as the raindrops are falling on people's head. Ball right field for Romero. Leon 1-2-3-8. Mariners dominating here against the defending world champion Boston Red Sox 12-2 Seattle. lot of heroes tonight for the Mariners in this 12-2 lead over the Red Sox. In the bottom of the 8th here at Safeco Field, Dave Sims along with Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew. Alex Hernandez, 7 strong innings, a 6-hit, 2-run ball. Andy Chavez had a 3-run triple. 2-hit night for him. Here's Robinson Cano to lead it off, and he's got 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and an RBI.
With his 2 hits, raised his average to .331.
Ground ball. Jonathan Herrera, the new second baseman, throws out Cano. 1 away here in the 8th inning. Jonathan Herrera takes over at second for Justin Pedroia. Daniel Nava moves from left field to first base, replacing Mike Napoli. Moving into left field is Johnny Gomes.
Speaking of having a good night, there's Johnny Gomes. Kyle Seager having a good night. 3 for 4 tonight. Has a double, has scored 3 runs and driven in 2.
Greg Breslow, third pitcher tonight for the Boston Red Sox. Mariners tattooed starter John Lackey, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 7 runs all around. Drive to the gap. Long run, Holt, and he's there. Checking with Angie Mentic.
All right, guys, I've got another round of our AT&T fan photos of the game, and first up, we have got Chrissy, who came all the way from Spokane to check out the King's Court. And also in that section, I assume, by the way, Chrissy is in the center. And also in the King's Court tonight, we've got Courtney. First time for her, and you can never have too many yellow T-shirts. So once again, thank you, everybody, to send in your fan photos of the game. Is brought to you by AT&T. Guys?
All right, thank you, Angie. Can Logan Morrison go 5 for 5? What do you think, Mike?
Why not? He's feeling pretty good up there right now. A couple of home runs, 4 for 4 with 2 home runs.
I like what you said earlier about being so quiet. See that confident.
Well, even on that first pitch right there, just his take, it looks really good. It looks like he's just locked in again. Not jumping at it at all. Starting to settle in.
Last 5-hit game, that guy who did it, he's in the dugout of the Boston Red Sox, Mike Curb. By the way, got a chance to say hello to Carpy, and he showed me his World Series ring. Not too shabby.
Not too bad.
Just under about 30 large per ring. Three and 1 as the roof almost completely extended here at Safeco Field. Morrison 4 for 4 tonight. So he's going to finish tonight 4 for 4. It's a really good night on base at every plate appearance. Starting 4th of July celebration a week early. Join us here at Safeco Field Friday night. Fireworks night is presented by Move It 92.5. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks display. It's brought to you by the same team that brings you the New Year's at the Needle show. It takes place after the Mariners-Indians game, so get your tickets. Go get them at mariners.com.
Mike Zunino with a double his last time up. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Logan Morrison, for his troubles tonight, his batting average went from 164 to 215 with that 4 for 4 night.
Heads up.
Oh, thankfully, I only hit a chair.
Yeah, it's Tom Wilhelmsen. Looks like Tom will pitch in the 9th inning.
Two out and Ben on. And Zunino hits a fly ball deep into the right field corner. Long run by Holt, and he's there to make the catch. that'll do it for the Mariners. Ninth inning coming up. They lead 12-2. Mobile unleashing the rules of wireless restrictions. Mariners got a bucket of low-mo tonight.
4 for 4 night for Logan Morrison. Included a couple of home runs. Drove in 4 runs tonight. Hit the ball hard every time up. Ended up walking in his last at bat. And here is a long home run to center field.
No doubt about it.
Oh, good night for him.
Taking his batting average from 164 to 215. Star of the night. Mariners going for the final 3 outs here, 9th inning. David Ortiz will lead it off. Johnny Gomes to follow.
And Tom Wilhelmsen will take over and pitch in the ninth. Mariners have the shift on.
Fastball at 94, foul back.
Tom, 28 appearances on the year, 2.68 ERA, 33 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting just 194 off of Tom. Good fastball. He'll be in the mid to upper 90s with his fastball, changeup, and a curveball.
2-1. Ortiz line drive. Caught out there. Yes, sir. Second base umpire DJ Rayburn said he did make a clean catch. 1 out. Ortiz at first. He can't believe it.
Take a look at it. I think it hits the ground.
Second base umpire
and it does.
Second base umpire had his hand up.
Well, there we go.
Here comes John Farrell. DJ Rayburn was calling out. First base umpire didn't say anything. We'll take a look at it. 12-2 Mariners. Well, that replay or review took 41 seconds. And it's a base hit for Ortiz, leading off the ninth. Here's Johnny Gomes' first plate appearance. And that hit him. It did.
That's one of the things we know about Johnny. He's not going to get out of the way if you go in there.
He's got the armor.
Yeah, he's not going to move.
Wilhelmsen comes in, gives up a base hit, and hits a batter here in the ninth. Johnny Gomes, a .238 hitter in 57 games with 5 homers and 27 runs batted in. Brings up Daniel Nava, 1 for 3. Got a broken bat base hit in the 7th inning. Strike one. Jake Peavy against Erasmo Ramirez tomorrow in game 2 of this 3-game set. Red Sox have not made a call on their Wednesday's starter. Sashi Iwakuma will go for the Mariners on Wednesday.
Like Tom's having a tough time with his changeup tonight. 8 pitches, 4 strikes.
12 runs given up by the Red Sox, the most they've given up since the Yankees beat them 14-5 back on April 24th. Slow roller. There's 1. They don't get 2. On the third is Ortiz. First choice, Nava's aboard. Runners at the corners, 1 out. They'll bring up the catcher, A.J. Przinsky.
AJ 0 for 3 tonight.
On 1. AJ fly to left, ground out to second, and took a called third strike. He was Felix's final strikeout victim. That came in the 7th inning. Center field for Jones, backing him up. Got some good carry on that. Ortiz will walk home. 12-3 ball game, 2 outs. RBI for Przinsky, his 31st. And for AJ, second sacrifice, make that 4th sacrifice fly.
Bring up Stephen Drew. 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts.
Strike 1 from Tom. Two strikes.
About Tom struggling with his changeup. Mike Zunino continues to call for the changeup. Give him a chance to work on it.
One and 2 here to Drew. Strike 3 called. Mariners win it 12-3, their 4th consecutive victory. They get back to 5 games beyond 500 and a whole cavalcade of stars in this one. We start with Felix Hernandez and move right into Logan Morrison. What a ball game.
It took a while, but Felix gets his 9th win of the year, now 9-2 on the year. Logan Morrison, what a night for him. 4 for 4 with a couple of home runs, drove in 4 runs. Kyle Seager with 3 hits tonight, also drove in a couple of runs. So good night for the guys at the start of this homestand.
Red Sox have lost 4 of their last 5. And the Mariners in their first meeting with the defending world champions. A lot to smile about this evening. Great start to this homestand. 12-3 Mariners. Brad and Bill, the post game starting right now.
Yeah, lots of good things to talk about on this post.